G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do a little floating pour for you today. So what I'm going to do, and you've probably seen these floating, pardon the pun, around YouTube. My mix today is just floetrol. That's it there. Floetrol and paint, that's it. No water, no oil, nothing. So I have got 4 parts floetrol to 1 part paint. It's really quite thin, well, thinner than I would normally use for pours. When I'm doing my flip cups, I have them really quite thick, and you can see a little mound on top, but there's no mound at all on these. So the paint just sort of goes straight down, doesn't leave a little mark at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flood this surface. This is a 30 by 40 centimeter canvas, 12 by 16 inch. In here I've got 100 grams of floetrol and 25 grams of paint, so that's 125. So hopefully that will be enough to cover this. I've got 2 little baby cardboard cups and this is one of my big push pins so that I can make a hole in the bottom. So that's it there. Now I'm going to call this fire and ice. So I've got 2 fire colours and 2 ice colours. So fire in 1 cup, ice in the other. And as I said, no oil in these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some in there and pour that around in there as well. And a little bit more. And the same with the blues. Some of that. Some of that. And a little bit more of that. And hopefully that will be enough. I did make up a little bit of extra. So in my little cups here, they are also 4 to 1. I only made up 40 grams of floetrol to 10 grams of paint because I don't need very much. So I have got, for my fire colours, I've got warm red and orange. And then for ice, I've got a cool blue and some coastal turquoise. It's basically turquoise with a tiny little bit of blue added. And those are my colours. Alrighty. I didn't want too much difference in the colours, but then I didn't want them too similar as well. So let's pour out our black. And I want it nice and thick on the surface. Hopefully I've made enough. I did these ages ago, these sorts of pours. I haven't done one for a while. And I saw one, I can't remember who did it, not long ago. I saw it and I thought, oh, I should get back and have another go at that. With the floating ones. Not so much the flip and drags where you flip your cup over and then you just sort of drag it gently. I've done those. A while back I used to do quite a lot of those. This is something a little bit different. A bit of a play on that. So I'm just going to spread this to the edges. I don't want to lose too much of the paint. I want to keep it all on there. I want it to be nice and thick so that my little baby cups can slide around easily. And I'm just not sure on the consistency. We'll see how it goes. If it's too thick and they don't slide very well, then I can thin them out for the next one. That's why I'm just doing a little practice one here on my card. Alright, pop that there. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start this one here. Stay, you can't go yet. Start that one there. Right, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to poke the bottom, make a little hole. I better not let go of it yet, otherwise it's going to float away. And you as well, you can have a little hole in there. Alright, now I'm going to let go. And just gently tilt these and let the cups float around. I said float around, cups. There we go. I probably should have maybe poked a couple of holes in there. There we go, they're going now. I'll give them another. There we go. Five little, oh, that's better. They just needed a bit more. Off they go. The race is on. You guys are racing, hey? Don't know if there's any paint left in there. Might not be. Okay. Now that they've had a bit of a float around and a chance to move, I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a couple of little areas that where the cardboard has kind of scraped the card, so I'm just going to tilt a little bit to cover those areas. The orange is kind of taken over. I don't see a lot of the red, but then I didn't put a lot of the red in, did I? Turn that around a little bit. I'll just try and get up into this corner just a touch. Don't want to cover the whole surface. And I like what the blue's doing here. It's really got some lovely lacing through there, so I don't want to get rid of that. So I'll just take the orange up a touch into that corner, and then I can come back again. So no right or wrong with this, just whatever you like the look of. Try and leave some negative space, that's the whole idea. Okay. Voila. Tiny little bit of paint left in my cups. So even though I didn't have any silicone oil in this pour, as you can see, I have got quite a lot of lacing here and here, which is really beautiful. I wonder if I can maybe just stretch that lacing out a tiny bit. No, I think maybe I might try this corner just a little bit more on that corner, and then I'll leave it. That's just stretching out my lacing here, which is really pretty. Better hang on to my card before I lose the whole thing. And back again. So just playing with the composition a little bit here. That's it. That's all I need to do. So how easy was that, hey? So easy. Can you imagine what this would look like on a really big canvas if you did lots of different colours maybe? I'm a bit disappointed that my red didn't show up very much. Maybe I can use this one again but go for a lighter orange next time. Maybe they were just a little bit too similar. Same with the blue. I mean, there's a little bit of blue showing, but the rest of it is kind of taken over with the turquoise. Just going to pick up a little bit of black and just fix my corners where I was holding the card. I think that's about it. So what do you think, hey? How easy is that? Just seeing if I can open this up. So if I had used less paint, maybe even half of one of these, you really don't need very much at all. Even half of one of those little tiny cups. Those cups hold 30 mils. They're little medicine cups. They hold 30 mils, and I probably had about 20 in there, so I could even go less than that, which would mean I would actually stretch the paint out and I'd get more of this sort of lacing look. In the middle here where the paint hasn't stretched out as much, it's more of a block colour, and then where it's stretched on the edges is where I get the lacing. So you probably get away with having less paint if you like that lacing look. And I would like to try this also without the floetrol, maybe just my glue and water, because I know that floetrol does this. It gives me this effect. I'm just going to torch really quick just to pop any air bubbles. There we go. Can see a little bit of canvas right there. I'm not going to do anything to it because or maybe I can just pop a little bit of black in there. That's about all I can do with it, really. Have I got any black left? Scrape my cup out. But it's a pretty quick little pour. Over and done pretty quick. So I'm going to have a play around with this technique. As I said, try the glue and water and see if I can get more of a wispiness without the lacing. I mean, the lacing is very pretty, it's just not what I was going for. But I have got these paints left over. I've got quite a bit of paint left over, so I'll do another one. But yeah, I really love those colours, love the effect. So there you go, fire and ice. Let me take you in for a close-up. I might add, maybe I can add a bit of, I can't get my gloves off. Maybe I can add a little bit of paint because I've already got that paint mixed up. Maybe I can add some yellow to this one just to lighten it. And I don't know, maybe a lighter blue to that one just to lighten them and get a different effect. Now this only works if your paint is really quite thin. So if you've got thick paint, it's not going to work. It's just going to sort of clump. Okay, can you see that lacing? It's really pretty, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do another one with less paint and just see if I can get more of a wispy look. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.